Oh, shit! Get on your feet!
November 1st, Saturday, November 1st, 2025, first of the month, officially, Crevonte and everybody watching the holiday season. And what better way to bring some holiday cheer than some great content from the Flex Zone podcast? Only place Crevonte giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
And your weekly Commanders preview, best two-man duo in the community. Make sure you hit that thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button if you're new. Make sure you come on over from X and subscribe. Plenty of content to get lost into. Leave a comment if you're watching this after the fact as well. You can super chat us, hit the Cash App, and as always, vote on the poll. Will the Commanders make the playoffs at 3-5? Two crucial home games tomorrow night against the Seattle Seahawks and a rematch, playoff rematch. This time, Lions come to town for another primetime game, joined once again by the Commanderlorain, one half of the founding fathers, the senior producer, the voice of reason, captain of the Goofy Ship, Crevonte, baby.
Haters can't stand us. Left hand up.
Well, now that's goofy. Jam. Oh, jam. Stupid. Just stupid.
November 1st, Crevonte.
And as we watch 2025 slowly pass us by, this is really crazy at this point. What's it, week 9?
Yes. Week 10 of college football, by the way.
Week 10, yes, indeed. And go Buckeyes. That's the only consistent thing I got going right now. But, you know, it is what it is. This is the rough stretch, the rough patch, the hurdles. This is where the most hurdles are in our schedule. You know, Chiefs, Seahawks, Lions, and then Madrid, if I'm not mistaken. So, yeah, it's a wild time right now. But, you know, doing our best to get through it.
Crevonte, tough loss last week. Obviously, no Jaden Daniels. When that hamstring didn't keep him out multiple weeks, and he'll be on the center on Sunday Night Football, another primetime game.
Man, we need him. We absolutely need him. Marcus Mariota is he's a good backup, but that's what he is at this point in his career. He's a backup. You don't really want your backups playing no more than 3-4 games if you can, you know what I'm saying, if you can help it. But he's definitely serviceable in a pinch, but that's not anything. I mean, that's not anybody I want long term at quarterback, because we got a guy at GD5 who's damn good at playing quarterback. So I'd rather have him in more often than not. But we absolutely need him. Prime time, coming back home. That was Monday, so short week. Yeah, we need as many horses to come back as we can.
Crevonte, real quick on the weather, 1 degrees, but it's going to be a cloudy, windy night. Officially, football weather factor in things as we look at the kicking game, maybe how the ball is thrown around. We know how it gets when November, December with football.
Yeah. So, what was there miles per hour on the wind?
I could find that out for you. Give me a second.
I would say, because that's where, you know, the kicking game could really be affected. I mean, I'm talking about kickoffs, punts, and field goals. All of that will be affected. And when is the worst weather to play in, because it affects the passing game and it affects the kicking game. But shoot, other than that, I think that's perfect football weather.
5 to 10 miles per hour at night, potentially up to 15 though. But nothing too crazy.
Nothing too crazy. So I don't foresee, you know, the kicking game or the passing game being affected, you know, too bad.
Do you like the over-under from a betting perspective? 3.5. Well, now it started at 3.5, now 2.5, excuse me, for the Seahawks. 48.5 is the over-under.
Who as poorly as our defense been playing there? That sounds about right. I think 48. I think 40. So 45 would have been low. I think 48 is probably right around the middle. Like 47, 48 is probably around the average for an NFL game. So that sounds about right. And I see some money must be coming in on the Commanders because it went from 3.5 to 2.5. Yo, you're breaking up. Doing a robot. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
We good? Okay, we should be good to go.
Yeah.
The big thing this weekend, Crevonte, I put it in the title, the return, the Super Bowl era uniforms. I wanted to get a good picture of them, but we do have this from the Commanders. They're back in print. Let people know a little bit about these uniforms, and they're bringing them back. No pigskin, no redskin on the helmet, which is a little disappointing, but the W that you see behind us, you see on the normal helmets. Yes.
Wow, these wow, they really went back into the vault for these. I saw a little bit of it when I was younger, but this is I guess they would call this the golden the golden era for the team, when things were clicking on all cylinders and we were, legit contenders back in those days. So hopefully trying to bring a little bit of that energy back. And of course, the biggest thing is that the Redskins logo is no longer there. That has been replaced by the W. So a little bit like I said, a little bit different, but energy, all about the energy. You got it. This is a must win. You got to get right. I mean, at 3-5, you pull out all the stops, for this one. Whoa, was those the prices for the
Yeah, I was gonna say they have stadium. Okay, so Super Bowl era pricing available only in SeatGeek Legends Plaza. 75-cent soda, $1 popcorn, $1.75 hot dog, while supplies last. Limit 2 per person. Let's just make sure
not
these
gonna
aren't
last?
from 1985. Right, exactly. Yeah.
1985, yeah, you got to put a limit on that, because I mean, you could buy some for the whole row at this point, But those were the Super Bowl era prices. Nice. I like that. That's a good marketing tool. You know what I'm saying? That Team Harris and Team Magic Johnson are doing. I think that gets the people wanting to come and actually pay for food. You know what I'm saying? But I think that's in one section. That's not everywhere. That's in one section of the stadium.
Right. The Legends. It is called the Legends Plaza. There you go. Wherever that
Fair
may
enough.
be.
I was gonna say wherever.
Yes.
They'll be out by the end of the first quarter. They'll be sold out. It's a wrap. End of the first quarter, bro. But
Be a situation where
that's a good, like I said, that's a good marketing tool. To get people, getting the food, because remember back in the day under Daniel Snyder, we had the highest. Even though I didn't see beer. I only saw soda, popcorn, and hot dogs. But I know we were the highest for beer. I think we had the highest price beer at one point, which I thought was highly absurd, because we got drown out this product with something. But so yeah, these are really, really good pricing.
All right, let's get to there you go. That's probably a better look for you, Crevonte. Hopefully that helps a little bit.
Snap. All right, that's all right. Yeah, that's really a throwback, man. Now, what are the Seahawks?
I'm gonna find that for you, but I did want to let you know the all-time series, Crevonte. In case you were wondering, Commanders lead 13-10, so a little bit better news than last week. We know the Chiefs dominated 10 out of 11. The last time they met, the Seahawks did beat the Commanders 29-26. That was in Seattle, November 12th, 2023. And the Seattle Hawks defense, this is a key that I'm looking forward to in this game, Crevonte. Number one against the run. We know they got some really good D linemen that we'll talk about. One that used to be in the NFC East, Leonard Williams, DeMarcus Lawrence, two of them actually. The Commanders' offense is third in run. You were one at one point, but you're third now. So two strengths going at it Sunday night as well. Also, looking at it with it, I had something also. Oh, the Commanders still have the number one average per return yards, Crevonte. So Luke and the crew, Jalen Lane doing that thing on special teams, still number one.
Yep.
So maybe some Pro Bowl selections could be in their near future. So they're getting it done. 30.3 yards per attempt on kickoff return. So Luke McCaffrey, but shout out to the entire special teams unit as well. And Deebo Samuel, second in the NFL in yards after the catch since 2021, only behind Jamar Chase as well. And the Commanders are 75% on red zone trips, second behind the Eagles as well. Also, Jackson Smith-Njigba led the Seahawks in yards and receiving in 2024. He leads the NFL this season, 819 yards, 99 more than Jamar Chase, who is second. And he has only played one less game. So Jamar's played one more game, and he has more receiving yards by almost 100 as well. The Seahawks were 10-7 last year and had a losing season since 2021 under Pete Carroll as well. And you know what's crazy? In the playoffs, the Seahawks have won all three meetings by Douglas Crevonte as well. And the 9 regular season matchups have been decided one score. So there you go. All those wonderful factoids. There you go.
That's all right. That is all right. It's always interesting when we play the Seahawks. I remember vividly the RG3 era when and that was, I think Russell Wilson had just got there. I think Russell Wilson was drafted in 11, I believe. So that was his second year, and we had that magical run to the playoffs. And then, you know, all the memes came out of RG3. Ugh, terrible times. But it's usually a good game when we do play. So, you know, that's something to look forward to. And they are coming west to east. So hopefully that's a little bit of an advantage. And we do seem to play better when we are when we're at home. So all these factors, we have a slight advantage, slightest of advantages.
Let's take a look at the Commanders injury report. I'm going to get those Seattle jerseys because I think they are doing a throwback theme as well. I think they're doing the blue, but I want to double check. No Terry McLaurin, but I'll let you read down the rest of the list. I got it for you right here on the screen, my guy. I'll let you do your thing with the injuries from the Commanders. And I got the Seahawks one as well. Let me get their jerseys, but I got you.
Gotcha. Yep. I heard about the Terry McLaurin. You know, Adam Peters is probably kicking himself right now, which is why this whole holdout thing was a thing, because Adam Peters, again, he's been doing this for some time now. Well, not in the GM role, but he's been doing this for some time now, and he knows what it is. It's something about when you turn 30. I don't know what it is, but he is probably like, see, he's probably telling everybody, see, this is what I'm talking about right here. But Terry McLaurin out, Yankoff out, John Bates, that one hurts. I hope he plays. He means a lot in the running game. Ja'Shawn Newton, hopefully he's able to get out there. He can be a force when he gets on the field and gets his opportunities. Laramie Tunsil has to play. My gosh, out of everybody on this list, him and JD5 that must play, gotta play. But JD5, he's been full all week, so he's looking good. Laramie Tunsil is probably the one I'm most concerned about, because that is the left tackle, and he's had a hell of a year thus far. Matt Gay, you know, as long as, like I said, win is important. There's no win because he's
been decent the past few weeks. He's been decent. We were on him hard. I know you weren't feeling too gay the first 3 weeks, but you're feeling more gay now. There's nothing wrong with that.
Finish him, Daddy.
I need him to. I'm not comfortable with him kicking in general, but for damn sure, I'm not comfortable with him kicking outside. But the weather is not. There's no inclement weather, so and the wind is not crazy, so I'm cool with it. Just make your damn kicks. That's it. Um, Javon Kinlaw looked like he's been full 2 out of the last 3 practices, and Bobby Wagner. I mean, Bobby Wagner. I'm starting to see Joe Witt switching things up a little bit, having a couple of the younger guys out there like Jordan McGee, Tyler Owens. Finally, Frankie Louisville is in. He seems like he's a full-time at pass rusher at edge, which what took us so long to get here. But Jordan McGee and Tyler Owens getting more playing time makes me feel more optimistic about Bobby Wagner being out there when he's not supposed to be out there.
They do. Oh, they are doing a throwbacks. I wanted to find a picture. I have the picture right here.
Oh, that's nice.
Actually.
That's
there
nice.
we go.
It's
Yeah,
gonna,
they're doing
throwbacks. It's gonna
Yeah.
look real old school out there. Yep.
Yeah.
I had that feeling. Yeah, I was like,
Yeah.
as soon as they said we were doing the throwbacks, I was like, Super Bowl era uniforms. I was like, they were probably gonna do the same.
Yeah. So they're doing their throwbacks. And real quick, I know we talked about the linebackers, Bobby Wagner, Von Miller, Crevonte has a decent season so far this year. I believe he has like 4 sacks. He needs 2.5 sacks to tie Jared Allen for 12th on the career list. So Von Miller, I know you weren't high over the moon. He has 4 sacks. You weren't high over the moon on this offseason, but he's coming to do what he needs to do, rush the passer. He may finish with 7 or 8, depending on how the season goes.
Right. I'm hoping somebody on the defensive side of the ball has to have a big game. You know what I'm saying? Somebody has to have a big game. But it's tough because again, the defense, and I think Joe Witt probably realized this. I've been saying it for a few weeks now. They're old and slow. Like that's a terrible. There's terrible characteristics for a football team in general, but for damn sure a defense. So having the younger guys come in, at linebacker, I think should help. Hopefully they're better at pass coverage. I mean, they got to be than Bobby Wagner is. And now Bobby Wagner is a stud against the run. So hopefully they pick up a thing or two from Bobby in the running game. But I know they have to be better, in the passing game because tight ends, running backs kill us. I don't know where we are in the rankings, but I know it's not good. Because tight ends.
I mean, looking at the Seahawks, Crevonte, you got Sam Darnold, you got Kenneth Walker, you got Charbonnet. If you like a little Charbonnet on Saturday night, you got him. You got JSN. I mean, we loved him since the draft. I mean, since Ohio State, but since we did draft profile days, I mean, he's leading Jamar by 100 yards, and he's played one less game. Every week he's making a big play. I mean, you look at the O-line. They got our guy, Mr. They got who does the tackle they have? They have who's that guy?
I get him mixed up with the Steelers.
Yes.
Is it Fontenot? Yeah. What's his name?
I'll figure that out. But they have the lineman. Yeah. They got the lineman.
He plays guard or tackle. I forgot which one. He was kind of between it. But no, we liked him. I loved Devin Witherspoon. I'm not sure if he's playing this week, but he's a standout at corner. Their secondary is good. You know what I'm saying? Defense as a whole is good.
Your guy Emin Wari is back. He was hurt a little bit, but he's back.
Wari, yo, his what's our favorite stat now?
the RAS. Yes.
He was a 10 out of 10. My gosh, man. As once the game starts slowing down for him, he could be like a Cam Chancellor, like for real. He's really he checks literally all the boxes. It just is his IQ there. The Commanders ain't never got 2 things that match. No. Oh, this is an interesting looking injury report.
Injury report.
Cooper Kupp.
Very Seattle.
Not very much. Cooper Kupp, questionable.
I forgot they had him.
Me too. Okay. Jaron Reed, he's on the D line. Okay. Look like nothing crazy. Look like pretty much all they guys are, all they key guys at least, are pretty much good to go.
How about a guy like Leonard Williams? You're familiar with him at the Giants. They got him, I think, for like a 3rd round pick, which is still surprising. And then they got DeMarcus Lawrence. I know he doesn't always do great with his sack numbers, but he's good against the run, I think. He sets the edge pretty decently. Jaron Reed, as you mentioned, been there for a while, but he can get pressure, can stop the run.
Yep.
What do you think about going up against the Seattle defense? I mean, we know the dynamic that Gene Daniels brings, but no Terry McLaurin is just, he can't have nice things, right?
What Mark say, never got two things that matter.
There you go, Mark. There you go.
But I am concerned. I am concerned because McDonald has doing a hell of a job, you know what I'm saying, with this team and this defense. Like he put his stamp on this team already on the defensive side of the ball, and they are one of the better defensive teams in the league. Also, they do amazing on the road, which is so weird because them having the 12 man, you think they'd be better at home, but they're pretty damn good on the road, which is very concerning. But the defense, they can get pressure, they cover pretty well, and like you said, they're number one against the run.
Number one against the run. Commanders third in rushing. Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt fourth in rookies with rushing yards as well.
So we're gonna have to test that. We definitely gonna have to test that theory, and I'll get into it with the keys. But we gotta run the ball, man. If that number one defense prevails and that number one rushing defense, we're gonna be in trouble. Because also no Terry. So we gotta find a way to run the ball against this pretty stout front. So yeah, but I think we're gonna present some problems because they're not great against quarterbacks that can move, quarterbacks that can scramble, quarterbacks that can get on the outside, quarterbacks that can run. So hopefully we continue to present that problem when we play them.
And you know damn well Sam Darnold ain't moving nowhere. He walking up and down the field. He ain't running nowhere.
Right. Which means we should have an easier time as opposed to this past Monday defending him, as opposed to Patrick Mahomes, who can move and kill us with his legs or his arms. So keeping Sam Darnold bottled up should be a little bit easier.
How about this guy, Mike McDonald? He's familiar with the area, coached in Baltimore, D coordinator, yep. Michigan, got a national championship. I mentioned this a few weeks ago. 9-1 on the road as a head coach. He's only been there 2 years, ladies and gentlemen. They won 10 games last year. Should have probably been in the playoffs. 9-1 on the road, like you mentioned, Crevonte. You got the 12th man, but they're probably better on the road. You know the Seahawks fans are going to be in D.C. in the DMV this weekend. Halloween getting spooky. Coaching. How do you feel about that? Because their OC is Kubiak's son, Clint Kubiak, and the O-line, Crevonte. Real quick, how about two of our guys? I knew he was there, but I wasn't sure. Charles Cross at left tackle a few years ago. Remember him? Left guard, Gray Zabel, North Dakota State, the versatile piece on the left side. So the left side of that line is set for the next few years. And Mike McDonald and his coaching staff, like I said, Kubiak, the OC, worked with Sam Darnold as well.
Definitely concerned. I mean, this could be a clash of the Titans because
McDonald calls the defense. I don't care about the coordinator. He calls the defense.
Oh, I said, who is the D coordinator?
I don't even think it matters, but I'll find out.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
A battle between Dan Quinn and Mike McDonald is truly a clash of the Titans. Now, the only thing is Dan Quinn doesn't call the defense. So, there's that. But Mike McDonald really has his team going on the defensive side of the ball. Now, with Sam Darnold, you obviously have some limitations. Defense is not where I'm sure Dan Quinn would admit this, that the defense is not where he wants it to be. Neither is Joe Witt as well. So Joe Witt / Dan Quinn versus Mike McDonald. I think I give the edge to Mike McDonald because he has the personnel. He has the personnel. He has the speed. I think they check all the boxes on the defensive side of the ball. And more importantly than that, they do it on the road. So I would lean Mike McDonald for that. Now, I will lean us for the offensive side with Cliff Kingsbury. I know Cliff has to be pulling his hair out because I know he just give him a game where all of his guys are healthy and all of his guys are on the field. I think we will see a better performance from us offensively and a more consistent offense. But again, when you're inconsistent with the injuries, it's kind of hard to be consistent on the offensive side of the ball. Jair Alexander just got traded to the Eagles. What?
What? Whoa! What the hell's going on?
What?
Whoa! What the
Whoa,
hell?
Time.
Why?
First of all, Raj,
What?
what's up?
Whoa!
Is Raj still in Miami?
Yes, till tomorrow, I believe. He's in there tonight,
right.
but he's good. What the hell?
That's crazy. What?
Really? For what though? Why are the Ravens trading players away?
I'm confused. And why did that's funny? Why would Eagles do that with his injury history?
Okay. Breaking news, right?
Breaking news, guys.
Okay. I was going somewhere with that, Crevonte, but that just threw me off. But
yeah, that threw me off too.
There it is. We got it here. Okay. And his first game could be against his former team, the Packers, because he could be willing to go next Monday. Remember, Eagles next Monday, guys. Next week. There you go. I just had to double check some things.
What's that? 7th round, 6th round?
So 7th or 6th round.
Okay, 6 and 7.
So that, huh?
So him and a 7th, and y'all get a 6 back.
Yeah.
See, I gave the Eagles Jair Alexander and a 7th, and y'all get a 6 back. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, he looked like he was done. He looked like, I don't know who was more done. At least Lattimore was on the field in the picture, even though he was getting the ball caught on him. I mean, he played. Jair ain't played since week 2 or 3.
I don't think the Eagles did enough on it, because first of all, this is telling, because in the cornerback market, Jair is somebody you pull the trigger on. That means the market is probably pretty thin.
Yeah, it's not a lot of corners I could think of now that you say that, because I know it may be more pass rushers that people are going after, but yeah, it's not a lot of corners out there.
So the Eagles, because I'm sure that the Eagles, they probably went through with a fine-tooth comb, and it was like, damn, Alexander probably the best we could do, y'all. And that's not saying too much. I don't think he makes them that much better. If they probably the same, if anything, he's probably a depth piece. Did he even play? Barely.
Well, maybe EDC, we know the Ravens love picks, Crevonte. Maybe they get that extra 6 to flip an extra 6th with all these 5th round picks. They got like 5 5th round picks. Maybe they get a 5th and an extra 6 and maybe a 4 or something, and trade that to get maybe a bigger name, because it's going to take draft picks.
Oh, no, absolutely. And I'm sure I don't think Roger's too happy about it.
Nope. I'm not losing sleep, because I'm like, he wasn't really playing, and it's all good. They got to get a pass rush anyway, so whatever they got to do, I guess.
Yeah. So breaking news. The trade deadline is the 4th.
This Tuesday. So after this week, that's why I said after this weekend, teams are going to be kind of out of it. Who's sellers? The Dolphins. I mean, they just fired their GM after the Ravens beat them. Go get one of their guys, Chubb, Phillips.
I was going to say, yo,
Chop Robinson.
But that's what I was saying. I was like, yo, y'all down there, y'all need to be talking to who's available.
Can we have Chubb? Can we have Jalen Phillips?
Can
we have Chop Robinson? I'll take Chop Robinson too. Yeah.
Word. I would say, but the crazy thing is, I don't know what's up with the Dolphins, and part of it, and again, my guy, Chris Greer, brother, but he was not doing the best job. Hate to see him go, but the decision making for the Dolphins is just not good, man. Just not good. But and they also said that they wasn't going to be sellers. I'm like, y'all are crazy.
And plus, you're getting the number 1 pick potentially. Who knows? They could be one of the worst teams in the league. They need a quarterback. But that's a whole nother story for another day. Got the paper bags on their heads in Miami.
I can't believe they made that decision. But
and I think they don't have an opt out to like 2027. We looked it up on Thursday. It's like 2027 is like the earliest they may could get out of it. Maybe. If not, they're going to eat a lot of dead money, which they don't want to do.
All right, well, hey, listen, you might got to pull the Broncos, man.
Because remember, their owner was already goofy with the whole Flores situation, that whole back and forth. Him wanting to potentially tank and Flores not wanting to do it, and Flores potentially being blackballed. Good thing he's in Minnesota, who the Ravens will see this week. But it's funny how all that works out.
Yep. And messed around and paid Tua, made him a top 5 quarterback at the time.
Tyreek Hill might be done.
Tyreek Hill done. So, oh gosh, I hate the phrase Tyreek Hill has idle time. Like, that sounds crazy, because he got a lot going on. He still got a lot going on the sidelines. But him not playing hurts. So they are severely handicapped. But I think Greer needed to go, and I think McDonald needs to go as well. Now, obviously, if you made such a change like firing a GM, you're probably not going to fire the coach until the end of the year, because that's too much, you know what I'm saying, of a change. But I thought Mike McDonald was going to go, but I forgot Chris Greer. He's been there so long. I forgot. But them let him go. Yeah. Mike McDonald's definitely gone on Black Monday.
Real quick, I was just going to say, before I lose my train of thought, Clint Kubiak, son of Gary Kubiak, OC, Aiden Dirty, defensive coordinator. This name may sound familiar, ladies and gentlemen. I'm sure no one told you this week in any preview leading up to it. The special teams coordinator of the Seattle Seahawks is Jay Harbaugh. Yes, Jay Harbaugh
It's more
is
Harbaugh?
the son of Jim Harbaugh. He coached at Michigan with Harbaugh, part of that national championship team of special teams coordinator, comes to the NFL now in Seattle with Mike McDonald, son of Jim Harbaugh, is the special teams coordinator, like his uncle, John Harbaugh, was with the Eagles.
Wow. I did not know the Harbaughs was out here like that. My God.
I didn't either. That's why we do what we do. Yeah. Let's get to your keys, Crevonte, as we break it down. A lot happening in the world of sports, but we got to get those keys to a victory. I think you may feel a little bit better about this game with a JD 5 back, by the way.
I do feel a lot better. So number one, I said it a little bit earlier. I was alluding to it earlier. We got to run football, and that's Bill, JD, McNichols, everybody. We're gonna need a little bit from everybody. But this is number one defense. We gonna have to y'all got to prove that. Y'all got to prove that on Sunday night. And I think the best thing is to be balanced. We have to have some outside runs, some inside runs. Like, we have to be balanced and find a way to hit them where it hurts in the passing game. But first things first, gotta establish the run game. Bill got to get back on track. JD5 coming off injury, he has to get back on track. So absolutely, number one, running game. That is number one. Let's see, number two, win a turnover battle. I feel like I say this every week. I feel like that is kind of like one of those standing keys, specifically for this team, because they damn near got to play perfect football just to have a shot. But have to win the turnover battle, which means the defense is going to find a way to force some turnovers, which we do not do well. Like, us picking off Patrick Mahomes last week was crazy, but it didn't mean anything because we ain't get no points off of it. But I think if we could repeat that early performance, then we can jump on, Sam Darnold and them and put them in a hole. But we got to find a way to force turnovers. And I'm not talking about like 2-1, 1-0. We need to force at least 2 turnovers and have it be nothing. Or maybe I could take 3-1, but we have to win the turnover battle by at least 2. Overall, and this is probably just piggybacking off of the last key, the defense overall has to play better. They have to play better. But I think Joe Witt is finally seeing the light by letting his young guys play. Because, I mean, if we're going to lose anyway, you might as well see what you got out the young guys so you know what you got to do going into the offseason, because this is it for Bobby Wagner. This is it. No matter how you slice it, this is it. So we might as well get the young guys in there and have them mentor at least the rest of the year. But defense has to play better. Hopefully, got a little bit of home cooking going, get the crowd involved and all that. But they have to play better overall. And I think this is another piggyback. Penalties. But penalties is an offensive and a defensive thing. We got to minimize penalties. The game against the Chiefs, I don't recall too many penalties being called. But against the Cowboys, it was terrible. It was terrible. But we need a similar performance defensively and penalty-wise as we had against the Chiefs. Because again, we make mistakes, it seemed like it hurts more when it's against us. Like it's hard for us to overcome, you know what I'm saying, our mistakes. We don't have that type of roster. We don't have that type of personnel to just be able to overcome our mistakes. So we need to play mistake-free football. We need a stellar performance from special teams. I know we have to rank high among the NFL when it comes to special teams, at least as far as the return game. But we gotta find a way to break things open. We gotta find a way. Somebody gotta get loose, somebody gotta score, whether it be the defensive side of special teams or the offensive side of special teams. We need to find a way to get a touchdown or find a way to get more points than we probably should have on special teams. And I'm not talking about Matt Gay 3 points here, 3 points there, 3 points. Like, I don't even want him kicking a lot of field goals, because if he is, that means we're not doing what we're supposed to do in the red zone. But we got to find a way to either break one loose on a touchdown return, or maybe a block field goal, block punt. We need something big to happen to be able to spark, you know, the offensive side of the ball or the defensive side of the ball. Just spark the team. We need something of that sort. But those are my keys. Those are my keys to the game. Also, lastly, another standing key, and it's self-explanatory. JD5 just got off injury again. Let's protect them. That's why I'm really hoping that, you know, Laramie Tunsil. I'm really hoping Laramie Tunsil plays.
How are you feeling about Treylon Burks being elevated to the active roster, Crevonte?
I feel no way about it. Burke has been underwhelming, to say the absolute least. I think everybody deserves a second opportunity and a change of scenery, but he never really showed me much for me to be excited about him, you know, being on a team, being elevated, whatever. But with Terry McLaurin out, that sounded about right. So let's see what he does when he gets on the field.
How are you feeling about the rumors that I've heard that maybe the Commanders are in the market for a pass rusher? But like you said, you guys don't have a lot of picks.
No, we're neutral. We can't be buyers or sellers. We can't. I don't think we can't be buyers because we don't have picks. I think we only have 5 picks going into next year now, so that's for 2026. And I hate to dip into 2027 just for this year, which could probably be a loss after a couple more losses, if I'm being honest. And we can't be buyers. We're not good enough to be buyers. Like, we're not a piece or two. No, really, if you're a buyer, that you feel like you're a piece away, and we're nowhere near that. So we gotta stay pat. We gotta stand pat and not go anywhere, because we're in no man's land. And I absolutely hate no man's land. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's the draft or the trade deadline, it's a terrible place to be.
All right, Crevonte, what's your prediction for this game? And as we look at the schedule, 5 are the Commanders done? I know you said last week you don't think they're gonna make the playoffs. Have you changed that tune?
No, I don't think we're gonna make the playoffs anymore. But this is a must win. If that thought was to change, it would have to change. It would have to change this week. Because again, we got the Lions next week. I don't feel great about that game. Newsflash, don't feel great about it. But don't feel great about it, Byron. So there's that. But absolute must win. I don't feel great about it because top tier defense. This is we don't usually do well. Because offensively we're never completely healthy. So the best way to attack the defense is to have a healthy, balanced offense, which we have not had in, I guess, since the beginning of the year. No, not even that, because Terry was shaky then. But be honest with you, I don't feel great about this game. This game is winnable, but you know what? Just because this is the last one, and I think this is a must win, I'm gonna say they find a way to pull it out. Now, what I put on my picks for the flex zone may be different. But I'm gonna say right here on the preview that the Commanders find a way to pull it off. But we got to do better. We have to do better defensively, and we got to find a way to put touchdowns on the board when we get into the red zone. Absolutely have to happen.
All right, Crevonte, any final thoughts on this? Up another prime time game, and then we'll get into week 9. But any final thoughts on this one as we get into week 9?
I'm gonna say something along the lines of like 27-23, maybe 27-24, somewhere in that range, and Commanders win by 3 or 4 points, but must win because we're 3-5, 3-6, and having the Lions come to town, who absolutely want payback for what we did to them in a divisional round of the playoff. They absolutely want payback. So that's already a game that I'm not feeling great about. So going into that game 3-6 with facing 3-7, I think the season will be all but over as far as making the playoffs.
All right, Crevonte, we got the 2 best words in sports. We'll start with a little baseball. Game 7 tonight, Dodgers, Blue Jays. Ohtani, Scherzer. Scherzer's like 41. Ohtani does it all. Of course he's going to pitch tonight. It would line up no other way. Who gets it done and how you feeling? Are the Dodgers going to be able to come back from being down 3-2?
Man, that's tough, man. It's crazy because the Blue Jays have surprised me. I knew they had the talent. I just thought the Dodgers were going to be overwhelming, but the Blue Jays are here to play. But I'm still going to go with the Dodgers because that was my early pick. Obviously, I said in 5, and that's so far from the truth. But Game 7 World Series, I think I'm going to go with the Dodgers to pull out, Game 7 on the road at that. And also because, listen, ain't nobody trying to hear from Drake right about now. Ain't nobody trying to hear from him. So I'm going to go Ohtani. He going to pitch about, there it is. Drake's revenge, because it is LA and Toronto. But I'm going to lean Dodgers, but I think it's going to go down to the very end. I don't think the Dodgers are going to run away with it by no means. I think if they win, it's going to win probably walk-off fashion, which would be great.
Yeah, the Dodgers offense has been ice cold for the most part. Only 3 runs yesterday. And Toronto had a chance. I think they had bases loaded twice. Even in the bottom of the 9th, couldn't get it done. Usually their lineup has been one of the best in baseball. Vlad Jr., half a Billy. So we'll see what happens. I might sprinkle some money on an Ohtani home run and a Vlad home run, see where you can go. And Mookie Betts, he's been ice cold. I don't know where's Mookie at. We got to see what Mookie can do. We know Freddie Freeman's clutch in these situations too, though.
Absolutely. So it's star-studded. Definitely star-studded.
And Scherzer, you know what Scherzer does in the playoffs, Crevonte. You remember with those Nationals. He can pull one out even though he's a little older.
Listen, we called him Mad Max for a reason. We're not sure what we're going to get from him. It could be crazy good or he can flop. But, it is it is what it is. My man said Max Scherzer complete game. If he has a complete game, the Blue Jays could very well win the whole thing.
What's going on, everybody? What's up, Hassan? All right, Crevonte, Thursday night in Miami, Lamar Jackson, that is, he's back 4 touchdowns against those hapless Dolphins. How you feel about this game? Hopefully JD5 maybe can replicate some of that. Oh
yeah, absolutely. But again, JD5 did that when he went to the Chargers. He went back to the crib. He got to come to show out. And Lamar did just that. I should have put more. I should have sprinkled a little bit more on it. I just took the I took the first half. I think I took the first half, whatever the spread was. I took it. But my gosh, the Dolphins are terrible. And it makes me more upset because they beat the Falcons. They dogged the Falcons last week in Atlanta. Then you go back home and lay an egg. I mean, I know the Ravens are getting things back on track, but what happened? But the Ravens look like they're back on track, and the Ravens are probably going to go on like a 5-game winning streak. The schedule lightens up for the Ravens, so hopefully they take advantage and walk down the Steelers for this division.
Yeah, their opponents, Crevonte, including the Dolphins, 11-28 up until they get to the Patriots, which could be flexed to Sunday night. So that'll be interesting. Anything you look forward to in Week 9, my guy?
Believe it or not, the Bears and Bengals game could be interesting.
This could be an elimination game.
Oh man, yikes!
3-6 or 4-4 for the Bears. I mean, you don't want to be 4-4 with the Lions playing the way they playing, and the Packers still holding on, getting by, even though they not looking great.
Yeah, the Bengals defense is terrible. Caleb Williams, missing a lot of gimmies, a lot of easy throws. It's not great right now. The Bears are going to have to force some turnovers in that game for them to win. Oh, Spike, that would be great, Spike, but not this year. Not this year. One of them can still go, but it ain't gonna be both.
Gonna be interesting the rest of the season. I'll say that. I don't know what's going to happen because just stay healthy.
The Lions and Packers probably will. They should, week to week it be crazy, but they should handle business with both of those. The Chargers should handle business. Road favors are weird, but the Titans are terrible. And they haven't covered the spread. I don't know how long. Probably the one win they have. I'm sure that's the spread that they covered. Not looking forward to that. Who gets traded on a deadline? Did you see that Jair Alexander just got traded? Chargers. Hey, I ain't got much. Scroll down some more. Falcons, 49 Giants could be entertaining, but not from a availability way.
Mac Jones starting, by the way. That makes it a little more interesting.
Really?
Yeah, Mac Jones starting.
Okay.
Drake London and Michael Penix are back, I believe, as well for the Falcons.
Okay, so that makes that game that's something to see because
they got to win that game too. They don't want to be 3-5 because Raheem Morris hot seat. His seat got to be hot.
And these two guys from the same draft.
Yes.
So that you know what, that'll be interesting. Colts and Steelers.
I picked the Steelers. That's my one bold pick of the week, Mark. I know you don't like me to say it, but just don't believe in them, man. Don't believe in them.
And I can understand that, but they're playing some really good football right now. And the Steelers are not, which is so weird. But this is a spot where the Steelers, everybody pick against the Steelers, and they find a way to win.
Cockroaches, man, I tell you, they don't die. And Aaron Rodgers is playing really well for someone that we thought was kind of done.
Right.
Anything else? Also
with George Pickens.
Yeah. Broncos Texans could be first team to 20. Come on, I'm intrigued by this. If the Texans can win, CJ Stroud had a big game last week, they could be back in the mix as well.
The injury to Patrick Surtain is going to hurt because you have to play a very different defense with your number one shutdown corner not in the game because Moss he's been tested and he's been losing more often than not. So that's not great. And I think that alone could probably propel the Texans to victory. Bo Nix, it depends on how he starts. Sometimes he comes alive late, but his starts be a little shaky. And with that defense, both defenses are great. So yeah, I think first 20 probably is going to
win. Saints, Rams, Chiefs, Bills. Oh, Chiefs, Bills. Can't forget that.
There we go. Yeah. The fact that that's not Sunday night is kind of crazy. But the Bills usually have the Chiefs number during the regular season, and in the postseason, Patrick Mahomes undefeated. But I think the Chiefs are rolling right now, and the Bills are looking, they're not looking as dominant as they did in the first 3 weeks. And the Chiefs looks like they're about to start steamrolling. So they are on the road though. Orchard Park is it's low key crazy town up there, but Patrick Mahomes knows a thing or two about it. So I'm gonna lean Kansas City for that game, but the fact that it's not Sunday night is crazy.
We don't see all Commanders. Oh, Kyler Murray is out, by the way, too. Crevonte again. Jacoby Brissett. They could be sellers. Calais Campbell, he could be available for someone. Ravens, hello.
Not welcome home. But Jacoby Brissett has been playing some pretty good football. Not enough to, like, you know, take over permanently, but you still want Kyler Murray out there as opposed to Brissett. But that's not great. What's the point spread? Is that 3.5?
3.5. This could be a lot of points. 53.5 over. I think it will be high scoring, closer than maybe people think. You know, Dallas could wet the bed. They always do sometimes.
And Dallas defense is terrible. And the Cardinals do find ways to score. I don't know what it's about, but they do find ways to score. Mark, he said, "Yep, go ahead and take them." Every time
just do the opposite of I picked against y'all like all 8 weeks, and y'all won every game except one. So you're right about that, Mark. I ain't gonna lie. You're right. Yeah,
I think the Chiefs beat the Bills too.
Browns, Jets, Eagles, Buccaneers. Do we see Shador after the bye? Probably not.
Probably not.
All right.
He has to throw like Dylan Gabriel for Shador to come out there. Gabriel got to throw like 5 picks.
Jesus Christ, man. It is what it is, man. Any final words for the people, Crevonte? I think that's all we got. Tomorrow night, a late edition, hopefully not too late, of the Washington Commanders post-game show. Crevonte, baby, will be here to rock out and do what we do.
Man, I hope it's worth staying up for, man. Because God, dog, this is a time where I hate being on primetime when your teams are bad. When your team is bad and being on primetime, it's like, oh, here we go again. Back-to-back weeks. Like, what is going on? But hopefully it's a good one. But I'll be here one way or another. I'll be here. Hey, Mark,
what do people need to do in the chat, Crevonte? Let them know about the channel and supporting what we do here.
So we do Commanders content pretty much twice a week. We have previews and post games. We do the same for the Ravens. Wrestling, we got a little bit of everything going on, but football season, so it's a lot of that content. World Series tonight is going to be crazy, so tune in. We'll have some probably have some content on that. At the very least, we'll talk about it on Monday. Like, share, subscribe, hit the bell for notifications. For those good people that's on X, come over to YouTube. We appreciate the support. We appreciate the engagement.
Clemson lost to Duke. Ohio State's still undefeated. How about Miami losing again, Crevonte, and Maryland getting beat 41-10? I told y'all it was going to be hammer time.
God dog it. So wait, Miami lost again. So
so Miami lost to SMU. So Miami was number 10.
They about to drop real bad. What rank were they?
Number 10. They were number 2, then number 10. Now they're probably going to fall to the 20s.
They may hold on by a thread in the top 25, or I honestly wouldn't be surprised if they fall out.
Yeah.
So what's up with Clemson? So is another firing happening soon?
I don't know, man. That's a good question. That is a very good question. I don't know. Maybe
this is that year, folks. They're getting folks up out of there.
Florida, LSU, Penn State, a lot of.
Yeah, so
I think that's all we got.
We'll see.
Only players Crevonte, give me sports how you want it.
When you need it.
One half of the founding father, senior producer, captain of the goofy ship, the Commanderlorain, Crevonte. Baby, appreciate you as always, my guy. Throw your buns up, acknowledge us. Hit the super chats. You want to support what we do. Best way to support what we do. Also hit that thumbs up. Cost you nothing. Cash App is at the ticker down below. Plenty of content. We'll be live in a few minutes, less than an hour, with Saturday night's main event. So join us for that. Little wrestling on a Saturday. And of course, like Crevonte said, we'll be talking some World Series and reacting to this whole Jair Alexander situation as well. Got Maryland basketball starting this week, so some Maryland stuff with Maryland football, Commanders, Ravens, Orioles hired a manager. We got a video on that, and the flagship podcast on Mondays, along with all the weekly live streams and watch-alongs. For Crevonte, everybody in the chat, Mark, Raj, Brother Thoughts, Big Reg, Spike, Alex was in here. I don't want to forget anybody. I think that's pretty much everybody. Shout out to everybody on X. Come on over to YouTube, subscribe. We're getting out of here. You'll see us tomorrow for the post-game show after the game, and tonight for Saturday night's main event. For Crevonte, And everybody else, we gone, y'all. Thank you for watching. Have a good night, everybody. We'll see you in a few for Saturday Night's Main Event. Peace.